a light lecture. Lecture ko naman to last year as part of a report last year. So, I am Dr. Kusham Orpia, graduate of the hospital-based residency training program, and I am tasked here to discuss on one of the family medicine concepts, rather, sorry, family life cycle. So again, recap from last week's Lupando R, we discussed family as a unit of care, how the family is an integral part of how we manage our patients because they will be our partners also when they go home, no? The type of structure of the family, how they interact with each other, and how do they mingle with society and even with their doctors, no? As well, we discussed the trajectory of illness by Dr. Kalubaki. Happy birthday to Doc Elaine. Okay, one of our presenters last week. So the lecture was more on how families react and how doctors should be responsible in discussing the patient's illnesses by means of the stages of illness trajectory. So yung reaction to the onset of diagnosis, impact phase, major therapeutic efforts, early adjustment to outcome, and your adjustment to permanency of outcome. Then last lecture last week would be your in family involvement, no? So from the minimal involvement from asking for consent to family therapy, which is the last stage or stage 5. We learn what are the capacities for us family physician residents or even consultants kung hanggang saan yung capabilities natin and what should be done para lang din matulungan din natin sarili natin if ever we encounter more difficult patients. We ask help also with our consultants if maybe no kailangan natin. Now, for this lecture this week, is more on family life cycle. So this is a process that is usually encountered by the family. So from the start, when nabuo yung pamilya from husband and wife to having their first child, going to the launching stages, and then to their later lives, diba? So the family life cycle. So it's a normal process of family development. And usually, it encourages to see the family as a system of an organized system, rather. It is involving a sequence of stressful changes or the term reorganization of roles to compensate, okay, some key events in their life. The main goal is to assist the family to return to normal function. And how do they do this? The key element of returning to normal function is through the means of adaptation. Okay, so as one encounters challenges, he or she learns even uh, he or she as member of the family should master some skills, no, such as experiences and learning them to mold the identity of a certain individual in a family. So what are these life events that would cause stress and impact to the family? So these life events, okay, can be encountered by any member of the family, with the mother, the father, the child, the teenager, or the grandparents. No, they can. These are clinical events, or they can even be health-related issues that can happen in any stage or in any part of the family life cycle. So here are some operational terms that we need to define first for this topic. So the family life cycle, a set of predictable steps or pattern and development tasks families undergo within a given time frame. So this involves a psychosocial task, emotional, physical form of changes. The family stage, so there are separate stages that you need to undergo, and usually kapag nagkakaroon ng sudden abrupt change in the family, like transitioning to another stage, doon dumarating yung mga um, ano to, challenges that you need to tick, no, before you fully accomplish what's one stage in the family life cycle. No, so stages, each has their own developmental tasks, like I said earlier. So they proceed to the next stage once you accomplish some of those tasks. Okay, three phases could include coupling, expansion, and contraction. So cycles that are used to define the family life cycle. Actually, maraming concept ng family medicine ang nag-try mag-develop ng definition of the life cycle, ay the family life cycle. So initially it was through the concept of the valley using the 9-stage cycle with the definitions of distinct roles, then later modified by Carter and Godric using 8 stages. Now, it was although simplified to a 5-stage, and now we are using the simplest form or the widely used by Lower and Lower and Goldenberg, the 6-stage cycle. So we start first with the first three. Okay, the first would be your unattached young adult. Second would be the newly married couple, and then third would be family with young children. Now, the unattached young adult is usually the young adult separated from the family of origin. When we're encountering the word family of origin, well, from your parents. Now, you as a teenager going out from college and then having your task should be you have to get a job, be stable, feed yourself, no, be independent per se from the needs, ano, hindi ka na to the point na hindi mo na kinakailangan ng support from the family of origin for you to thrive, no, in society. Okay, then you newly married couple, when you meet your partner for life, no, it's a transition from a single or a bachelor to a couple, no. Maybe it be your husband and wife, no, na kakakasal lang. And then there are certain challenges you need to tick in these phase of the life cycle. And then third would be a family with young children. So the start would be from the moment that your wife would get pregnant for the first child. Now for the emergence up to the child's adolescence. And then a quick recap also with the latter three. Okay, family with adolescent. So once the child reaches adolescent age, and then the launching is when the childrens would leave the family to um, either start as an independent unattached young adult, no, either go to college and then find a job and then be independent. And then the original family that you've created would be on the last stage would be the family in later life. So the departure of the last child would signify the start of the 6th stage of the family life cycle. Okay? So, yan, medyo nasa elderly age ka na. So, things to consider based on the level of magnitude. So, there are certain changes that would occur per each family life cycle, no? So, the first and second order changes, as well as medical and psychosocial problems, may arise in each stage. So, talking about first order changes, this involves increments of mastery and adaptation. What are the things na kailangan matutunan mo, no? This includes the need to do, no? Concepts. This does not involve change in the family structure. It does not involve the change in the individual's identity or self-image. This is a task for the family, no, of the family rather. Now, for second order change, it involves the transformation of an individual state and meaning. It includes the need to be. No, this will characterize the person, the individual, no, or the role of the member of the family. So this is change would attribute the role that would be part of the family system, role and identity in the family. No, so this occurs between the stages. So the second order changes would should be the things that will be ticked, no, when you are often in the transition phase from one stage to the next. No, change in the family status requires to proceed developmentally. So, um, talking about uh, one stage to another, you have to accomplish certain components of the second order change so that you could be healthy enough or healthy yung pag-transition mo to the next stage. Kasi otherwise, kung hindi mo ma-tick yung isang requirement dito sa previous stage na to, you would have trouble in handling the next stage of your family life cycle, no? So for the first stage, unattached young adult. So this is the start of the life cycle. So you as the young bachelor or bachelorette goes out from your family of origin, and usually the individual leaves the home and ends up finding his partner outside the family. No, this would eventually be the seeds of starting a new family for them in the future. Pero during this time, you have to first identify your own identity. No, you have personal goals as an individual. Usually dito yung mga career-driven na tao, na mga bachelors, wala pang partner, gano'n. Kung meron man partner, that would be the later part of the unattached young adult moving towards your newly married couple. So, emotional process of transition is accepting parent offspring separation. So, this stage, syempre, you as the individual or the unattached young adult, you are capable of being independent, kumbaga. Kaya mong bumukod na sa parents mo, and the separation from them physically will not be of a challenge no anymore, kasi you are kumbaga brave enough to meet the world with all the challenges that would arise from it no in the future. So meron kasing may mga individuals pa rin na syempre this would be very challenging at first, especially if they are well attached to their parents, especially at the young age. Now, what are the first order changes that you need to take? So, what are the things to do or need to do? So, extend social contacts outside the home, meet new friends, new colleagues, get a job, and find a decent living accommodation. So, these are certain changes that you need to take in order to be safe or stable within this life cycle. So, have good reliable peers to be with you na mag-provide din ng better values. No? You will have values from your family of origin, but you will also discover new values from your friends. So choose your friends wisely. Pag ganito. Now, second order change, the differentiation of self in relation to the family of origin. Now, this would define that you as an individual can be unique from your family of origin. No, it does not define. They will not define your identity. No, but you can tap on the principles you learn from your family and make something unique from your own identity. Kumbaga, you have to develop your own craft as well as yung personality mo. You will later develop the characteristic that would define who you are as an individual, no? Kasi hindi ikaw yung nanay mo, hindi ikaw yung tatay mo. You will be you, I will be Chris, kumbaga. I'm different from my father, Zoilo, diba? So that will stem out to identity. Now, the development of intimate peer relationships, like in first order, you need to meet friends. Now, with that, meeting new friends, in the future, you will meet that person that you will be with going to the next stage. may it be intimate in a relationship or a romantic relationship, you need to start in this stage, okay, to know them better. Now, you will value certain individuals in that stage, and then later on, pag sila yung natitipuan mong sila yung magiging partner mo in the future, you will decide, kumbaga. And that would stem up from, syempre, recognizing the people you want to be with forever, and with the concept of love, ganun, di ba? Diyan magsisimula lahat. So the establishment of yourself also in terms of job, okay, or your work. So for us as residents who are young budding residents, di ba? Yung mga yan, meron naman na tayo. We're already self-sustaining as a medical officer in the hospital. In our patients, siguro sa clinic, we would see up and coming, recently hired social workers, okay, yung mga yan, they would already tick themselves kasi that would be stemming from their identity. Now, what are the problems of this stage? So, again, medical, emotional, and social. So, medical would be episodic problems that would either be biomedical, having cough and colds, okay, getting sick, which is usually the common things that would occur. No, sexually transmitted infections. Now, if there would be promiscuity, as you as an individual, you try to identify individuals in your life in medyo high risk behavior ang attitude, you might be at risk of STIs. For females, yun nga, while doing being intimate with relationships with others, unwanted pregnancy could occur, no? Now, problems with regards to jobs, no? If you have been accepted to a job but you're not doing the optimal requirements in your career, in your job, no, yung description mo, you might be at risk of being let go in the near future, no? um those are some of the problems that would encounter, lalo na kung hindi pa siya masyadong well experienced in life. Okay, so emotionally psychosomatic problems, the form of let's say in the work environment, like yung hazards as mentioned earlier, kapag ikaw ay you were working overtime lagi, or lagi ka namang late, gano'n, you will soon develop somatic problems like nade-depress ka na kasi parang hindi masyadong umusbong yung career mo at an early age, gano'n. Missing your family, that would usually occur, di ba? Peer group pressure for social, yan, sabi ko nga kanina, um, you have to choose the people that will surround you when you grow. Kasi if you are in a group that would pressure you to be more on a happy-go-lucky attitude, iinom sa labas, 'di ba? Tatambay, ganun after ng trabaho. And then the next day malilate ka or hindi ka makapasok. That will stem to more problems, okay? Which is encountered by these individuals in this stage. Now, intimate relationship problems, yun nga, as well as even having sexually transmitted infections. If you cannot fully um, step foot with building a relationship with one individual, especially let's say in the heterosexual approach, there will be problems that would arise, especially if you would want to have a family in the future pero hindi mo ma-build yung relationship with others. So, may mga tao kasi may mga individuals that would either rush things or take it slow. Okay? That would be, yun nga, reckless, kumbaga. So you have to adjust in terms of who you are meeting with and how you deal with their own personal experiences. Kasi hindi lang naman ikaw yung unattached young adult. Yung kakilala mo din, nakausap mo, na ginagawan mo ng relationship, yung unattached young adult din. Okay? So you have to deal with that as well. Mag-gel kayo, kumbaga. Now, to the next stage, let's say yun, sabi na kanina dyan, you meet the friend or the partner, okay, or your girlfriend or boyfriend, ganon, in the future. And then later, after a few years, decided na kakasal na kayo. So the next stage would be the newly married couple. So once you build a relationship with one individual, and then you get married, okay, this is the next stage. This is, since you as an unattached young adult, hindi ka nagaling sa family of origin, you have your own house or you have your own accommodation, magbubukod na kayong pareho and then you build your goals as a couple, di ba? So first order changes is siyempre as a couple, you need to have your own base. Establishing a home base, placing the call as their own, you call the shots, kumbaga, diba? Kayo ang hari at reyna ng tahanan nyo. Establishing a mutual satisfying system of getting or spending money. So you have to balance things, especially who will be the provider, who will be the decision maker in the house, where will the budget of the family go, no? Especially if you are building a house, diba? I let's say for example, si Tin, diba? Tin and Derek. Hi, Tin. Yan, in this order of change, they were recently married last year, diba? So, building a home is one of their top priorities. May kwento nga si Tin, yung tiles niya. Yun, mga ganun, building a home is a priority that is needed to be done, okay, in this stage. So, next, establishing a mutual acceptable patterns of those who want to do and who is accountable to whom. So, yung kumbaga the responsibilities will not be for one person. Dalawa naman kayo. So, ikaw in charge sa budgeting, ako in charge sa paggawa ng bahay, kung ano yung mga gagawan ko ng plano. Tapos sa pagtrabaho, let's say yun nga, ikaw in charge muna dun sa uh, private endeavors natin na trabaho sa bahay. Let's say may drugstore kayo dyan, ganun. Tapos siya mag-clinic, ganun. So pwede yun. Then establishing a continuity of mutually satisfying sexual relationship. So that is syempre one of the responsibilities of a couple to have equal or mutually satisfying your urges and needs as a couple, no? And then other than that, other than you and your husband and your wife, diba? You have to be responsible also with the communication with the relatives as well as the community. So how will we do that? You should establish a system of intellectual and emotional communication. So before naman pumasok as a married couple, you need to know, 'di ba, yung pumamanhikan, 'di ba? You need to know the family of your partner. Get to know them, immerse with them, what are their likes and dislikes, and how do we usually do communications with them. And later on, when you will be married, diba, you have to set a certain time with the family, no? Kasi may mga times, let's say, every Sunday, there is always a family dinner with all the members of the family, of both families, para mag-get together and to know the relatives. So you could set that as one way of um, strengthening the relationship with relatives, kumbaga, no? And then establishing ways of interacting with friends and associate with the community. So once you have your own house, the people around you, the neighbors, should also be another community that you need to introduce yourself with. Kasi who will be the people you will ask for help if ever? Yung kapitbahay mo, which is typical of the family concept of Filipino family. Kasi kapitbahay mo naman minsan pinsan mo, 'di ba? Ang kapitbahay mo minsan tita mo. So you have to familiarize with them also. Kahit tita ng asawa mo yan, magiging tita mo na din siya. So kikilalanin mo din sila. So establish a way of interaction, no? Like let's say you try to clean yung arubayan o yung bakuran, tapos makikita mo sila dun sa labas, kamustahan. That is one way of building a healthy relationship with the community, facing the possibility of children and planning for their coming. Now that part of the order of change, well, um, that would stem for the need that once you will be planning for a child, di ba? Yung magkakaroon na ng firstborn child. Now, before you plan for the firstborn child, you need to know what are the needs, no? Kailangan, do you have proper funding to have a child? Kaya ba ng budget nyo na? Stable na ba ang finances ng family? Okay? You need to plan ahead, kumbaga. Are the rooms in the house conducive to have our first child? So initially, siyempre, sa loob ng master's bedroom, then later, pag tumanda, meron din dapat siya kwarto separate from the parents, di ba? So these are the things you need to uh, take in this stage. So what you need to do, okay, you need to, okay, parang summarize dito, you need to plan for maintaining your relationship with your partner, maintaining your relationship with your family and relatives, maintaining your relationship with the community, and planning for the future for having a new, for your firstborn child. Okay? Now, second order changes, formation of a marital system. Now, dun kasi, yun yung mga need to tick now in this stage. Now, dito naman, the things that will make the couple or the married couple stronger, kumbaga, no? Need to be, no? The formation of a marital system, a system that would uh, further gel, kumbaga, yung uh, understanding of you as your husband and wife, kung paano ba natin i-move around yung new family natin na ito. So whether if there are struggles of adjustment of schedule, si Mrs. minsan late nakakauwi dahil sa trabaho, ganun. Let's say dalawa kayo out of town, tapos walang tao sa bahay. You need to adjust with in terms of your partner's needs as well as the family's needs din, no? So the system of a marital system should be flexible, understanding as well as strong, no? Realignment of relationship with extended families. It includes the friends, okay, friends of the spouse. So yun din, maintaining a proper communication and connection with the people around you, okay, as a newly married couple. That's why kapag may friends night, kasama mo, dinadala mo pa rin yung misis mo, mister mo. Kasi para to know the people that you usually hang with or usually work with. Para lang din, if ever, let's say, hindi mo matawagan si mister kasi lumabas siya, may matatawagan ka na katrabaho. Oy, nandyan ba si Kwan? Nandyan ba siya? Oh. But di pa siya umuwi, di ba? Yun, meron kang matatawagan if ever may problem or emergency. Lalo na kung hindi mo siya matawagan, di ba? Okay, what are the problems encountered in this stage? So medical and social as well as emotional. Similar also with the first order, with the unattached young adult, since nag-start pa lang din sila, you would also encounter those medical problems, no? STI is also one. Now, this is important to know if ever, let's say, for example, before nagkaroon sila, na ikasal sila, nagkaroon na siya before ng STI, you should also be open with your partner, no? Doon sa stage din na ito, 'di ba, sabi nga planning pa lang kung newly married couple to have a child, pero biglang nagkaanak agad or nabuntis agad si Mrs. Without proper funding, well, it will be a challenge or a problem that we'll encounter in this stage, no? Now, ano pa? Gynecologic problems, the difficulty of conceiving, okay? Infertility, meron gynecologic problems si Mrs. So, it will be one of the problems that would be encountered in this couple kasi ready na yung bahay, ready na yung budget to have the firstborn child, but they cannot conceive also out. So, as a family physician, you have to target also counseling them, identifying what are their beliefs or understanding why nagkakaroon ito. And then course through them the other avenues or opportunities na pwede mong i-offer sa kanila. So pwedeng in vitro first fertilization or IVF, tapos or surrogacy. Pag nasa abroad siguro, ganun pwede. Usually IVF meron naman na dito sa Philippines, no? Or referral to fertility doctors. Pwede rin yun. Job-related health problems, yan. If let's say, for example, suddenly nagkaroon ng COVID, ganun yung husband or yung wife, syempre may impair yung budget ng family. That's typically usually the problems that would encounter if may trabaho yung may sakit. 'Di ba? Now, social and emotional, syempre depression. Kasi kakakasal, tapos yung asawa mo pala OFW, mag-abroad siya. Ay, mismo yung kabiyak mo, di ba? Jealousy to work, friends, and previous relationships. Well, it would occur, lalo na kung let's say may dati siyang relationship sa isang katrabaho, tapos ikinasal ka sa isang friend mo na hindi mo naman katrabaho. Tapos, nagiging jealous yung partner mo kasi katrabaho mo pa rin yung ex mo. Nga ganun. You have to you have to, you as a doctor siguro in that sense, you have to figure things out how to, ano to, interact with them na hindi nagkakaroon ng problem. Kasi yun, mga marital problems na yun, medyo nasa fourth or fifth stage na yun ng involvement, di ba? So, that would stem on family therapy naman, no? Problems related in-laws, friends, and money, yan, typical yan, lalo na kung let's say, ikinasal sila pero hindi naman gusto ng mga in-laws nila or hindi sila trip ng mga kaibigan nila, it would occur. Though, kung naman, the family can still thrive, pero if in the setting na yung in-laws hindi tumutulong sa paggagamot ng isang pasyente, lalo na yung anak nila kasi hindi siya sumunod sa kagustuhan ng pamilya nila, well, that stems possible family meeting. Pwede mo silang kausapin na bakit nagkaroon ng ganito, ganun. Kasi biologically, anak mo pa rin naman yun, si sir, kumbaga. So, they need, kung when the time comes, you need to talk to them, no? As a doctor, doon mo rin may include yung part mo in family counseling, di ba? So, identify yung misinterpretation ng sakit or ECMs ng karamdaman nila. Problems on adjustment to work and home. Well, yun, kung bago yung trabaho nung individual, tapos kinasal siya, kailangan nilang ma-migrate, let's say, sa Baguio. Okay, from Tuguegarao to Baguio. Siyempre, yung isa, mag-a-adjust ng trabaho kasi hindi yun yung dating trabaho niya eh. Maghanap siya ng ibang trabaho. Pero hindi siya makahanap ng trabaho. So that would stem out a frustration, depression, 'di ba? It would also stem out to parang feeling guilt kasi si Mrs. nagtatrabaho pero ako bilang yung lalaki hindi ako makakatrabaho kasi wala pa akong mahanap. Kasi di pa siya well adjusted sa trabaho niya sa Baguio. So that would stem out to problems later on. No? Family with young children. So yun, kung once you build the family and then na-plan mo na pwede ka na, gusto nyo na magkaanak and then financially stable until to the point na nabuntis na si Mrs. This would be the start of the family with young children. So start from pregnancy of the first child to the emergence of adolescence. So this defines the new family status kasi may father, mother, and then child. Okay? Technically, this is the boom of a nuclear family. Na small family, okay, otherwise defined, di ba? So, family with young children. So, this is the emotional process of transition, accepting new members to the system. The child, yung bagong membro ng pamilya. Okay? So, what are the things that you need to do whenever you are in this stage? Supply adequate space for the new member of the family kasi nag-expand na kayo. Let's say, yung baby, pwede pa naman sa inyo, tapos pwede nyo nang dagdagan ng crib, and then after age 1, 2, kung naman, pwede naman siyang matulog on his or her separate rooms, may available na dapat siyang room to be staying. Okay? Proper adequate spacing. No? Meeting predictable and unexpected cost of family life with the small children. Siyempre, kapag magkakaroon ka ng anak, isipin mo na din yung budget mo. Paano paaralin yung bata? Kasama rin sa pagdagdag sa budget ng pagkain, okay? As well as clothing and shelter, di ba? So added na yon na expenses. You have to include them, okay, in your needs, kumbaga. Sharing responsibilities within the extended family and members in a growing family. Now, let's say, for example, both of you have to work. Tapos yung bata, 6 years old or 4-year-old, minsan kailangan mo ng tulong nila, mother and father mo or lolo, lola ng bata. So, mami, pwede bang sama mo muna si Junior sa bahay or mag-take care muna ng apo, ganon. So, you would ask help. Pwede rin sa kapatid mo. Mag-babysit muna sa bahay habang naka-off siya and siya muna magbantay sa bata, no? So, you need a good communication to build that, which is the one that you need to build from the uh, previous stage, di ba? Proper communication. Para magawa mo ito, natik mo dapat yung communication skill na yon, no? Now, ano pa? Maintaining mutual satisfactory sexual relationship with your partner and planning for the future of the child. Again, same din dun sa last stage. Satisfied dapat kayo pareho. Okay? And as well as including the child in the future of the family. Say, pagpapaaralin niyo talaga siya, and then in the future until matapos yung college. Okay? Creating and maintaining an effective communication system in the family, as well as cultivating a full potential of relationship with relatives and extended members of the family. So, hindi lang kasi kayo ay magtutulungan. And I've seen patients also in the clinic na kapag sila lang yun nandun, and then hindi sila okay sa mga lolo-lola nila or sa mga parents nila, sinosolo nila yung problem. And usually that's the time we can we can be included, no? Pwede po ba tayo, mag-family meeting tayo one time para lang din ma-address natin yung elephant in the room. Usapan natin kung ano yung problem natin sa family, 'di ba? Kasi hindi lang kasi kayo in the future. And a healthy family would have a open communication with the entire family tree, kumbaga, no? So, for you to move forward, no, without any strain or stress and burden na mabigat, you have to be open with the family of origin of both parties para lang din matulungan din kayo kung sakaling nangangailangan. Okay? That does not necessarily states na kung independent na kayo, hindi nyo na kailangan ng tulong nila. Okay? Ang Filipino family, they will always be there to help the people that are coming from their own blood, no? Just as long as you maintain a good and healthy relationship with them, 'di ba? Yun naman yung importante. Okay? Tapping resources and serving needs and enjoying contracts outside the family. So if may mga opportunities of promotion, greener pastures, kailangan mong kunin, i-accept, why not go? No? Kasi it's for the better of the family. And just like what we were taught before, what will make you be better is for your family to be better as well. No, facing dilemmas and reworking philosophies. Um, this would impart on how you deal with life as a new new unit in the community. No, may times kasi na syempre you will be challenged in let's say in terms of the belief system in a family or in a let's say angkan, may paniniwala lalo na sa mga Chinese. So if the family is really in a strong ties of their cultural beliefs, might as well adjust kung kailangan, no? Pero if it is counteracting your principles, syempre, you need to discuss with your partner para lang din you would understand what are the things you need to um, face or adjust para lang din mas maging smooth yung relationship nyo with the extended members of the family. Hindi yung magmamatigas ka. Okay? Hindi rin magmamatigas kasi baka nagmamatigas din yung culture din ng family. Siyempre, mas marami yon. So, most of the times kailangan mo din you have to face the challenges ahead and learn to understand. Second order changes you need to be okay accepting marital system to make space for a child. So living recommendations ng bata, syempre kung maliit pa siya, edi maliit pa lang yung room. Baka kailangan nyo na itong expand kapag tumanda na siya later on to adolescent. So you have to consider that. Talking to parenting, taking on parenting roles. So you should know how to talk to the child, no, as early as this point. No, let's say kung nakakausap mo na yung bata, let's say mga preschool, elementary, ganon. Kasi you will be the first teacher of the child. So diyan magsisimula yan, no? What are the things that are a yes or a no? Ano yung dapat hindi ginagawa? Okay, in front of the table or in front of the dining table, proper etiquette, no, when meeting new people, no, yung mga belief systems natin na bubuo yan kapag nakikita sa loob ng tahanan. So you will take that important role as a parent, no, the parenting rules to build the principles of the child. Kasi kung let's say nag-aaway kayo sa harap ng bata, nagiging unruly kayo, that will stem also to a irresponsible parenting role. And nakikita yun ng bata. And that will be a big impact in the future pag tumanda siya. Okay? Realignment of relationship with extended family and including the parenting and grandparenting rules. Kaya ko nga, if you cannot pick up the communication ahead dun sa second stage pa lang, mahirapan ka dito sa third stage. Kasi you need you need support from the extended family. Lalo lang if you both are working for the better of the family, which is common na sa atin. Both parents or both mother and father are working. So dapat healthy din yung communication with lolo and lola. Okay? Problems encountered? Well, yung bata, madaling kaputan ng sakit, common childhood infections. Yung bata pinanganak may congenital problem that would stem, syempre, additional expenses. You have to screen the child and you have to face it, kumbaga, and know what it would be the better quality of care for the child. Developmental problems, so that you cannot take away that possibility kasi you will be seeing the child grow. Kung nagkakaroon ng developmental delay, the proper referrals to developmental pediatrics should be warranted. Accidents and poisoning. So you as a responsible parent, you should know how to make the house safe for a child, even if you're not inside the house. No, proper storage of liquid substances that are possibly harmful for the child, no, mga Zonrox, ganon, liquid detergents, ganon. Keep away from the child. Perfumes, na pwede na kasi may subo, no? And then, for the parents, ano pa? Episodic medical problems, gynecologic problems, family planning. Let's say, ito, yung number 3, family with young children. Naplano nyo siya. Pero after mo pinanganak, after a year, nabuntis unexpectedly. Eh, hindi pa ready yung family. Okay? Then after mo nung second child, nabuntis ulit. Hindi na naman na family planning. So, nagkaroon kayo ng dilemma there on the finances. That would be, one of the problems here that would be stemming out, lalo na sa family planning. So, you as a family doctor, as the one who will be handling the family, you should also counsel them on proper family planning. So offer them yung mga services that can be given, especially nung first child pa lang, no? Kung let's say ready na ba kayo magkaroon ng second baby or will you opt to family planning? So pwedeng mag-plan for IUD which is readily available naman sa health centers, no? Or implant, 'di ba? Pwede 'yun. So you as a responsible physician should offer them this opportunity, no? As at this stage alone, no? Medical problems, seeking for annual checkup in the job. Well, ginagawa naman natin yun dito sa AHS. Sexually transmitted infections. Now, yan, if let's say, for example, may STI, then possibly na marami kasing factors dyan. Either may nag-cheat, di ba, ganun. Or meron na talaga siya before. And you as a family doctor should express respect, confidentiality, and sensitive interpersonal skills in discussing these certain topics kasi baka kasi umabot sa kasuhan, ganun, or dissolution of a family. Ayaw naman natin mangyari yun. Emotional and social problems in this stage, learning difficulties of the child. For the child kasi syempre from the moment ipinanganak mo siya, kailangan titignan mo nga lang talaga. I-observe mo lang kung ano yung mga uh, mangyayari when the child develops. So if magkakaroon ba ng learning difficulties, you have to be the family doctor that will help the family refer the child to occupational therapists, developmental pediatricians, di ba? Para lang din magabayan at matulungan yung bata as early as yun nga, mga visits na sa clinic nyo. Child abuse and child neglect. Okay? Lalo na kung they're coming from a family na sobrang biglaan lang. Let's say we start from the very beginning. Itong mga batang to, umalis sila sa bahay. Tapos 18 years old sila. Nagtanan sila. Tapos wala pa lang trabaho. Nagkaanak. Okay? And then, nagkaanak bigla. Hindi sila kinasal. So, biglang na-skip nila yung newly married couple. Then with the young children. They're still considered as a family, pero without taking all the necessary task for the previous life stages, no? Magkaka-problem sila doon. Kasi yung bata din, pwede nilang magkaroon ng child abuse or child neglect. Pabayaan na lang nila dyan. Tapos, kasi as being immature parents, they might have a child that would be malnourished, no? Neglected. And then, kapag ganun yung nakikita ng mga bata, those are possible reprimandable cases. Pwedeng isumbong sa VAUSI kasi child abuse, no? So, child problems like bullying also, kapag nag-aaral na yung bata, ma-encounter mo yan. And you will be called as the parent to the school kung either siya yung nang-bully or siya yung nabully, no? So, you will encounter those problems. Now, as a parent, peer pressure on alcohol. Now, if you've come, sabi nga dun sa first stage, kung maganda yung circle of friends mo, hindi mo to ma-encounter. If you know how your limits in alcohol are, hindi mo yan ma-encounter. Kasi your principles would stand. No? Sexual inadequacy, well, that would stem from the need. Sabi nga kanina, di ba? You need to satisfy your partner. Pero kung hindi nyo satisfy, it will lead to dysfunctionality of the relationship. And it will lead to the number third, extramarital affairs. Now, those extramarital affairs might lead to the previous STIs, unwanted pregnancies from another girl or another partner, di ba? Partner abuse, okay? VAUSI yun, child dwelling problems, problems with in-laws and financial difficulties. If you have trouble in the changes at the early stages ng mga years na to, diyan makikita mo magkakaproblema ka in these types of scenarios. Now, as family physicians, makikita nyo lang mga ito, they would usually be the culprits in managing our patients kapag hindi nila naiinom yung gamot nila ng tama. Or yung pinaka-common dyan, yung number 7, financial difficulties. Kasi kulang sila or kapos sila sa gastos, sa pera, sa family kasi kulang yung financial capabilities sila. And they were not ready. Let's say they were not ready to have a child, biglaan. So as a family doctor, you have to guide them on the proper way of managing your patients on certain problems like those, no? Kasi as tayo na yung magiging frontline, you will enroll families. Kapag ganon, um, ikaw yung makikiusap sa kanila and then try to manage them or navigate them on the proper agencies that would offer them help in the future. Okay, for the fourth stage, kapag yung bata medyo nag-reach na yung teens, okay, that the period wherein the child could be flexible, they can be loosen sa mga rules, no, yung mga pangangailangan ng isang teenager ay sa child is malesen na and meron na siyang sariling decision making kumbaga, but without kailangan pa rin ng guidance ng parents, no. This is the middle age parenting, and usually grandparents are already at the latter years in this stage as well. So this is the increasing flexibility of boundaries to include the children in independence. Now yung teen kasi, yung teenager in this stage, he or she can have a say kumbaga sa family. Hinihingan mo ng opinion yung bata kasi meron na rin siyang uh, konting pagkakaintindi on how the family works. And you're now allowing the child to be independent, kumbaga, but there are still rules and to follow in the house. Hindi pa rin sila ang magiging decision maker na final, but you're considering their opinion, kumbaga, no? Flexible. So what are the things that you need to do if you are part of a family that is with an adolescent? Providing facilities of widely different needs. Kasi yung bata, ay yung adolescent, is now discovering the world. Kumbaga, pwede siyang needs niya, let's say, sports like basketball. You might want to set up a basketball ring sa bahay. Fun siya sa video games. Well, yan. Magre-request yun ng video game setup, di ba? Or computer. Music. Hingi yan ng possibilities of recreational activities like yung guitar, piano, ganun. Workout money matters in family with teenagers. So, hindi naman sa gusto ng teenager. Marami kasi yan. Papabili yan eh. Kasi marami siyang gustong gawin sa buhay. And then, syempre, kailangan mo rin i-consider yung expenses sa family. So that's why we have to work out the needed financial capabilities. Hindi lahat ng gusto ng teenager, magbibigay mo lahat eh. So, paprioritize mo ano yung pwede mo ma-provide sa kanya. That would also be equally important for him or her to grow. Kumbaga. Sharing the task of responsibility in family living. Let's say, for example, teenager naman na siya, yung bata, pwede na rin siyang tumulong sa pagtatrabaho sa bahay, especially during weekends. Pwede mo na rin siyang turuan na maging responsible enough to take care of the house while both parents are gone, especially kung summer break na ng pag-aaral, di ba? So, isang importanteng way of helping them be independent in the future, no? Providing them some some degree of independence and responsibility. Pero hindi yung sobrang bigat na kailangan makapag-decide for the entire family. No? Konting responsibility, padagdagan kung ano yung kaya until maging magaling siya in decision making in their life. Kumbaga. Putting the marriage relationship into focus. Now, In this particular stage, syempre, um, possibly na nasa 20 years old na 20 years na yung anniversary ng parents, 20 years na silang kasal. So we have to focus on uh, the uh, the growth of the family or the relationship of you as your husband and wife. Keeping the communications open as well kung may mga needs yung yung bawat partner, and then maintaining contact still with the extended family. So growing into the world as a family and as a person, and then reworking and maintaining a philosophy of life. Now, in this stage, 20 years of from marriage na 20 years anniversary nyo na, ganun, or 25, syempre, you will already experience what are the things that occurred to you as from an unattached young adult going to be a father figure. And at this stage, most likely, baka nasa middle age crisis ka na, or you reflect on what are the things you already accomplished, and you would realize the value of life kasi you're already helping another life, okay, grow in the form of your child, and then later maging independent na siya in the future. Okay, shifting of parent, this second order changes na tayo. Shifting of parent-child relationship to permit the adolescent to move in and out of the system. Now, hindi siya yung strict lang na hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng makipaghalubilo sa mga kaibigan mo. No. At this stage kasi, you have to guide them. First, siguro, ihahatid mo yung bata sa pupuntahan niya. Then later on, kung kaya naman niya na mag-commute, well, okay naman, pwede mo siyang ipagbigyan just as long as you set your boundaries. Let's say, huwag kang gagabihin or uwi ka agad ng 5 o'clock. Okay? Kasi sabay-sabay pa rin tayo kakain ng tuwing gabi. Ganon. So, there is still kumbaga, you're adding trust also with the adolescent, the teenager. Then refocusing on midlife, sabi ko nga, midlife crisis ng mga parents, marital and career issues. Beginning shifting towards the concern of the older generation. Kasi at this stage, hindi lang kasi yung bata ang magiging focus nyo din dito, titignan nyo na din yung magulang nyo. Kasi sila tumatanda na din. Kasi remember, sabi sa first part ng slide na to, yung mga parents nyo would already be in the stage of latter years, almost. Kasi siguro kung dalawa lang kayong magkapatid tapos nag-launch na sila, yung parents mo, mag-isa na sila sa bahay nila. So, kakamustahin mo sila, and also may times din na dyan, mag-aalat ka din ng budget for your parents. Kasi may maintenance sila, tutulungan mo na din sila despite them. Di lahat kasi ng mga elderlies would have their pension, syempre. You will also be the one providing for them. So, at this stage, hindi lang yung adolescent titignan mo, pati yung mga magulang nyo. Okay? And it's quite evident naman in a Filipino family setting na tumutulong pa rin tayo sa ating mga nakakatanda. Okay? Despite having our own families. Now, medical problems encountered in adolescence. So, yan. Yung mga anak natin, when they grow up or as teenagers, yan, they would be at risk of substance abuse. Let's say, pariwara yung bata and hindi maganda ang pagka-upbring, poor upbringing, kumbaga. No? They would be at risk of sexually transmitted infection, substance abuse, okay? Prone sila sa acne kasi typical naman sa age ng ganito, bromhidrosis, menstrual problems, so skin disorders, and even accidents. So for us as for the doctors, if we are encountering teenagers, we have to explain to them na, let's say yung acne, it's typical during the eruption because of your hormones. So the hormones are usually shooting or increasing during this age kasi your body is developing, di ba? Menstrual problems, typical din yan. Usually the menstruation starts at 13 years old, and then natatakot siya kasi irregular siya. Observe muna natin for the next year kung magiging irregular to regular kasi typically you have to monitor that for first during the start of menarche. So reassure mo lang muna sila. Pero kung heavy bleeding, siyempre, that's the time na as family physicians should investigate further. No? Skin problems, typical lang, let's say for allergies or family members with atopy, well, we are reassure them and provide proper medical assistance. Substance abuse, well, actually, dun, dun din papasok yung skill natin in counseling. No? Um, it's important for us, sabi nga dun sa screening na guideline na pinaprovide is as early as teenagers, we have to provide proper education in prevention of smoke. Ang pinaka-best dyan, syempre, the members who are with the child should not be exposed to cigarette smoke or alcohol use. Kasi kung nakikita nila yung mga parents silang umiinom, sumasabay din yan later on. So, dun pa lang, we have to start counseling the family, no? As much as possible, ma'am, sir, uh, wag niyo papakita sa mga anak niyo na umiinom kayo. And then, wag hinay-hinay as much as possible, quit smoking. Ganun. So, hindi lang kasi yung quit smoking lang din yun. You have to check din kung ready ba silang mag-quit ng smoke. So, that's another topic. Accidents, well, you cannot predict accidents kasi accident nga lang. So, you'll just have to manage them when accidents occur. Parents. So, for as a parent, same pa rin, episodic medical problems, lalo na sa mga maintenance na high blood diabetes, no? Premenopausal syndromes, alcoholism, kung may problems, ginagawang coping mechanism ang pag-iinom ng alak. So, you have to counsel them in terms of substance, a risk of substance abuse. Emotional and social problems encountered. For the adolescent, this is the period of identity. Yung identity crisis. Ano ba siya? Lalaki ba? Babae? Or LGBTQ? So homosexuality can be could emerge in this stage, no, as early as or even as early as yung childhood age kung doon niya na foresee yung attitude na being LGBTQ. Now, sexual experimentation leading to unwanted teenage pregnancy, homosexuality, conflicts with parents, juvenile delinquency, yan, identity crisis, depression, and suicidal tendencies. At this stage kasi yung bata, they're exploring the environment. They're trying to absorb the people around them, their peers, and common ng peer pressure. To the point na even sexual exploration or experimentations could occur in this stage. So you as a parent should also be responsible also in um, sexual education. Now, kaya din ini-encourage ang sexual education in um, formal education kasi at this age para lang din ma-minimize natin ang teenage pregnancy. Now, in the household, kailangan mo din maging responsible in advising them. In you as a doctor, yun din. It's also your task for the family to talk to them with regards to these types of behavior, especially pag nakikita na nila sa mga anak nila na meron siyang high risk behavior. Now for the parent, yan, midlife crisis, extramarital affair, and insecurities. Yung insecurities would either be from katrabaho niya, kapatid niya na mas maangat sa buhay, tapos kino-compare siya lagi ng mga magulang, 'di ba? That's one problem that will arise. Tapos extramarital affairs, yun nga, kung hindi nasa-satisfy yung pagiging partner relationship nyo, either sexually or as a whole. So you have to discuss that, no, as a partner. Pero kung hindi pa rin, and then pumunta si patient sa clinic mo, may ganyan kasi, ma-realize mo na nagkaroon ng affair. Usually kapag ganyan, more on family therapy ang i-offer mo. Okay. Now, once adolescent na siya, let's say, nagkaroon ng adolescent, and then, punta na ng college. Tapos ng college, nag-take na ng boards. And then, pumasa na. okay, as a professional. Na kumuha na ng trabaho, nakakahanap na ng decent accommodation, naging unattached young adult na yung bata. Okay, pero may mga kapatid pa siya na nasa bahay. So, launching family starts when the first child leaves home until the last child leaves. Okay, usually this is the longest stage of the family life cycle kasi dapat lahat ng anak naka ah, bukod na from the family of origin. Now, kung isa lang, only child lang siya, tapos kakabukod na lang, hindi na siya papasok sa launching. Papasok na siya sa latter years. Kasi wala naman ang susunod sa kanya. 'Di ba? Pero kung let's say dalawa sila, which is typical sa Filipino family, sa launching pa siya kasi meron pa siyang susunod na kapatid. Okay? So emotional process here is the acceptance of multitude of exit and entries into the family. So initially kasi let's say nagbo-boards pa lang siya, na nag-a-adjust pa lang siya to nakikikain pa rin sa bahay, nakikitulog pa rin sa family of origin until such a point na nakahanap na siya ng trabaho. May sarili na siyang tinutuluyan. And that would stem out to, yun nga, nag-launch na, kumbaga. Pero meron ka pa siyang kapatid na natira. Yung entry and exit na yun, kasi yun, umexit na yung firstborn, susunod na exit na rin yung secondborn, no? Or yung last na anak. So order changes here is adjusting to physiologic changes in the middle age for especially sa parents kasi mararamdaman na nila umabot na sila ng age of 40 and 50, typical na arthritis, back pains, ganon. Pumapasok na sa menopausal si Mrs., laging irritable, nag-aaway sila ni Mr., di ba? Discovering new satisfaction in relationship of the spouse. So not all the times it's sexual naman. Usually they find satisfaction in hobbies. Kumbaga, taking trips, pumupunta, lumalabas, may mga nababalitaan tayo na they go out on a tour, no? Uh, travel, okay? From time to time para lang din masatisfy yung needs nila as a spouse. Parang reconnect with each other, no? Setting up a comfortable home for themselves that accommodates periodically of other members of the family. So from time to time, syempre, uuwi yung anak na previously na bumukod na, may room na mag-accommodate sa kanya. Okay, kapag babalik na rin siya sa bahay nila for the city, that room will still be available for the member kapag babalik pa rin siya. Kumbaga. So nakasettle siya, parang transient, no? Helping their adolescent children to free themselves and become responsible, happy adults with families of their own. So dito ang starting point or landing point ng mga unattached young adults before they become fully fledged na independent. Now, re-examining their living rearrangements with their own parents. So for the young adult, um, they would tend to renegotiate kung ano ba yung mga roles natin na pwedeng gawin. Tutulong na rin ako sa gastusin muna habang nandito, habang naghahanap pa ako ng bahay na matitirhan. Ganon. Adjusting with the reality of their own work situation. So since si father, baka magre-retire na in the future, okay? So I will be taking up the mantle of financial provider while magsistay muna ako dito habang hindi pa ako naging independent on my own, kumbaga. So, adjustment to assuring the security of the latter years. So, isa din is reassuring that meron silang proper healthcare providers or healthcare insurance, yung mga parents mo in the future. And then participating with community life. So, aside from this, syempre, you have to identify or mingle with the community where your family will live. Kasi minsan, let's say, mga matatanda na yung mga magulang mo, do pabalik-balik ka, kung kailangan mong makausap sila, hindi mo sila makontak, kakausapin mo yung kapitbahay. Nanay, pacheck naman si Papa, Mama. Minsan, baka bukas pa kasi ako uuwi. So, you have to know how to talk to them, no? Kasi they will also be your connection or your communication with your members. Ano pa? Reaffirming the value of life have been that have real meaning, especially dependent newly married children. Sexual relationship with the spouse. Okay? This this stage na magiging parang reuniting with your couple, kumbaga. Kasi hindi mo na siya masyadong iintindihin yung anak mo kasi naging independent na siya later on. Yung pangangailangan ninyong mag-asawa ang marire-focus ulit. Rekindling, kumbaga. What you need, are your ways of satisfying your partner later on. And then your child will also be one of those, syempre, that would reassure na you're a happy father and mother, you're a happy husband and wife kasi meron silang napalaking anak na responsable, may sariling trabaho, and then one day magkakaroon na rin ng pamilya. Ano pa? Growing into the world as a family and as a person. So this is, I think, pertaining more on the child, no? And then reworking and maintaining a philosophy of life, similar also with the family. Kasi siya, magkakaroon na rin siya ng sarili niyang prinsipyo. Ano? Renegotiating marital system as a dyad. So yun nga, si si anak kasi hindi na siya magiging major concern ng mag-asawa, rekindle yung marital system ng husband and wife. Okay? So, catching up with what they need from each other, kumbaga. Then development of adult-to-adult relationship between grown-up children and their parents. Usually, I picture this as me having a drink with my father in a Sunday night, no? Sa labas ng bakuran ng bahay. Yon. So, talking about life, talking about experiences that you've encountered, tapos his own experiences. Rekindling what are the things that struggled you, what are the challenges, and what are the things that you've learned, no, as a young adult. So you develop that certain connection na hindi lang siya father-son. It's like two grown men talking for hours with regards to the philosophy of life, kumbaga. So, a realignment of relationship including in-laws and grandchildren, similar pa rin yan. Tingnan mo, dito sa part na to, communication counts. Kasi the family is bounded by communication, not just to the family members, but also to the community. And then dealing with disability and even death of the parents. So, hindi natin kasi masasabi na in this stage, possibly na yung father might die, or if let's say for example chronic illness. So you have to readjust with the things that might occur abruptly or pretty soon, especially if mayroong mga signs in the future. Okay. And then problems here, well, medical problems na rin sa anak, and then as well as children, especially in the adolescent and unattached young adult. So similar then. For the parents, similar also with the one discussed earlier. Added na dito yung chronic diseases. So let's say for example, at this age, 60s or 50s, development of hematochezia, illnesses like yung Parkinson's, emergence of the TRAP syndrome, kung meron siyang families, you have your Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, forgetfulness, degenerative disorders, ganon. That would occur here, no? So as family doctors, you have to be keen in identifying these problems, especially in a family of elders. Children, yan, dependency problems, adjustment to married life. Parents, well, at this stage, stagnation of the career, the syndrome of your emptiness syndrome, kapag na-launch na lahat, wala nang tao sa bahay, parang feeling silang ang tahimik naman ng bahay, wala nang nangyayari, kumbaga. So, usually kapag may encounter mo to, you encourage them to talk to them through the phone. Video call is very important for us. Reconnect to them. Tawagan nyo, lalo na kung kayo yung mga anak, call them frequently. Lalo na kung nami-miss ka nila. and it happens to your parents, no? Extramarital affairs, financial problems, and taking care of the sick parents or in-laws during time of need. And then adjustment to new members of the family, especially kapag kinasal at hindi pa bumubukod, di ba? So mag-a-adjust lang yan in terms of the needs to support or sustain the family. Okay, dito na tayo sa last. Okay, family with the later years. Okay, medyo short na lang to. So family in retirement and begins with the last child leaves home and ends with a couple that are dead or expired. Sad naman na. Okay, the last stage, the emotional process of transition here is accepting the shifting of generational goals. So this stage would occur once the last child leaves na, no? So sila na lang natira. Then emptiness. Wala na yung mga anak nila. Sila na lang ang nasa bahay. So what would happen? Adjusting the psychological needs of later life. You would see the geriatric syndromes here, common dito na sa age na to. Examining their living arrangement, syempre wala nang tao na bumibisita since that situation would occur. Yung mga rooms for their children, either they would be modified for recreation, and then mag-aalaw lang sila ng 1 or 2 rooms na lang pag dumadaan sila or umuwi. And then they connect with the community by participating in group activities. Yung mga grandparents ko, usually they do this before, nung buhay pa sila. They, they visit a senior citizen club every Sunday or every Monday. Yung Monday, siguro alam nyo to, yung Monday activity ng senior citizen na libre, yung sinehan. May movie din yun sa Netflix Pero Monday group talaga yun. Free ang black screen ng senior citizen sa sinihan. Pwede silang manood doon. And then, yun, nagkikita-kita sila ng mga magkakaibigan nila and reconnect, no? On the experiences of latter years. Maintaining contact with the younger children, yan. Very important yun kasi syempre, it helps them understand na, naaalala pa rin ako ng mga anak ko, mga apo ko, connected pa rin, kilala pa rin ako ng apo ko, ganun. So, mahalaga yun kasi it will lessen the chance of depression and loneliness sa mga matatanda. Okay, second order changes, maintaining own and or couple functioning and interest in the face of physiologic decline. So minsan, yun nga, hindi na nagkakaroon na ng decreased functionality yung magulang. Pag ganitong sitwasyon, malilimit na rin ang activities sa bahay. So usually kapag ganyan, nagtatawag na tayo ng kasambahay na pwedeng tumulong or kinukuha natin sila sa bahay natin para tayo na lang tumulong sa bahay ay ang mag-alaga sa kanila lalo na kung kailangan nila, no? Support more central roles in the middle generation. So as elders of the family, you are the wisest person in the room, kumbaga. And kapag nahihirapan silang mag-decide, they will talk to you as the wisest person in the room because of your experience. Making room in for a system of wisdom and experience from the elder generation without over-functioning them. So they treat the elders as higher source of advice, kumbaga. And dealing with them would impart na where they're confident with the decision of the family. Kasi kumbaga, they have been there ever since based on their age, kumbaga, no? So utmost respect would be provided to our elderlies in this age. Dealing with the loss of a spouse. Now, hindi mo naman kasi masasabi na one of them might might depart earlier than the other, and then the other one would fall onto depression. So we cannot predict anything that would occur in the future, pero as physicians, we would help them in their grief, no? help them pass through grief, help them adjust and realign with the goals of the family. Now, encounters of medical problems, well, same pa rin. We go to the grandparents kasi dito na yung medyo extensive na siya. Kasi for the grandparents, degenerative problems, chronic diseases, geriatric syndrome, as mentioned earlier, as well as your malignancies would occur here. Now, if in the latter years, nagpapacheck up sila, it's important to tell them na kung may time, if ever may, let's say, lalo na kung chronic disease, call one of their children para makasama nila kapag nagpapacheck up. Kasi there are instances na hindi nila masyadong maintindihan, dapat may kasama sila during our clinic visits, no? And then, in discussing certain conditions like yung medical problems nila, use the simplest ways, okay, of communication. Kasi may times kasi din na hindi nila maintindihan yan. So for the grandparents, yan, prone sila sa mga malignancies. So this would fall within the dyan maglalaro talaga yung trajectory of illnesses kapag nagkakaroon ng sakit, and then how you disclose your diseases or your illness, this would also fall in this category. So as a family physician, we should understand na kapag itong mga magulang natin or yung mga elderly individuals, usually quality of life also is important for them. So this is one of the options in the latter age, lalo na kung curative is minimal na, as mentioned by the primary physician. Okay? So here are other problems encountered: emotional and social problems, depression, psychosomatic problems, loneliness or the emptiness, no, in the household, and then financial problems. Okay. So as family doctors, itong mga problems na na-encounter, ito yung mga common na nakikita lang. Na hindi naman necessary na ito lang yung hanapin nyo, but usually kapag itong mga medical and emotional problems in these stages, kapag tinanong nyo sa family life cycle, ito yung hanapan nyo ng possible source kung bakit hindi siya nakakapag-comply sa treatment natin. Baka kasi meron siyang issues with regards to the family. Sa atin naman in hospice and palliative care and even in the FMC, madalas naman dyan ay, Madalas naman dyan ay, nandun sa family with young children or adolescent, yung stage ng family life cycle. And kapag ganun, meron yung mga anak. Okay? In that situation, let them be involved, yung mga anak. Kasi yung mga anak nila, dapat alam din nila yung sakit ng mga magulang nila. Okay? Dito sa latter years, hindi nila kasama yung mga anak nila. So the next visit dapat magtawag siya ng kasama. Always remember that. Para lang din matulungan yung patients natin. Okay? This is just a summary of nung stage. What need to do, need to be. And then here are also some clips from the book. So my reference are mainly from Leopando and some from the Filipino Physician Today by Dr. Maglonso, and also the primer for family medicine. So I will end with this slide. So family, life's greatest blessing, a group that dreams, laughs, plays, and loves together, those whom can always count on, always present not only in the good times but most precious gifts. Okay, so that ends my presentation.